Live on tape from Cheltenham, it's International King of Sports.
Hello, we're back. Welcome to International King of Sport 2004. You know the drill by now. We invent a load of ridiculous sporting events and then we invite 24 world-class athletes to come and take part in them. Laugh if you will, but let me tell you, these guys take it very, very seriously.
A wonderful performance in our last heat, Heat 4, saw Commonwealth decathlon medalist Jamie Cory break 2 world records and destroy the competition to take his place in the International King of Sports final. But look at the quality of the opposition, world class. In today's heat, it's the 110 metres under hurdles. Face first in men's individual fall down. Who needs oxygen? It's the underwater shot put. Spin to win in the short track lap sprint. And the all-new reverse posterior glide.
So let's meet the 4 athletes in today's heat, all competing for a place in the 2004 final.
My name's Liam, I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne, representing Great Britain. When that gun goes, I'm hot to trot and I'm ready to lose the plot.
I'm Chris from Sydney, Australia, and I'm just here to make sure the International King of Sports title remains down under. This time it's coming home with me.
My name is Luc, I come from Paris and I represent France. I will show you that strength is not all things.
My name is Cory McGee and I'm representing America, and I'm here to destroy anyone who stands in my way of becoming the next International King of Sport. And don't you doubt me, or you'll be the next one to get slam dunked.
As always, former International King of Sport Mark Robson is here. Mark, you've cast your beady eye over the 4 athletes in today's heat. One we've seen before, Cory, but tell us about the other athletes.
Yeah, we've got Liam Collins from Great Britain, a 400-metre hurdler, but also 3rd in the British Decathlon Championship. So he's got that crucial all-round ability that you need an International King of Sports. Chris Norton from Australia, nice guy, pretty laid back, plays full-back for the famous Australian club side Eastwood. He's also a long jumper and a high jumper. So again, he has that pretty much complete package you need for this type of competition.
Luc Vansevenant, French guy, we know he's very agile.
He is, yeah, he's a volleyball player. He's got tremendous athletic balance and he's got the spring in the legs. The Japanese showed us last year that is very, very important indeed. You need those fast twitch muscle fibres.
And Cory McGee, who was in the competition last year, most famously fell down on the skids. Could not do the skids.
Couldn't do the skids. Well, his problem is that he's got a very high centre of balance, a very tall, rangy guy. But he's a great character. He's a very colourful guy. He will compete. He'll always entertain everybody else. If King of Sports was about slam dunking, he would win it.
Mark, where's your money going today?
Yeah, Liam Collins, I think the Brit will do very well in this heat. He's got to be a tip of mine. But Chris Norton, because of his explosive pace, yeah, maybe Chris will just edge it.
110 meters under hurdles. Athletes dip underneath hurdles placed along the track. You must pass underneath all of the hurdles or you will be disqualified. And I mean that.
In lane 1, Luc Vansevenant, professional volleyball player, a very useful athlete. Don't underestimate the Frenchman. Lane 2, Chris Norton, he's quick, strong, and he's got that Australian competitive spirit. He could go close to 25 seconds here. Lane 3, Liam Collins, a 400-metre hurdler. But what's he like going underneath them? And in lane 4, Cory McGee. He made a lot of friends in the competition last year, but this pro basketball star will find his height a real disadvantage, I think, in this opening event. Left to right then, it's McGee of America, Collins, Great Britain, Norton, Australia, and Vansevenant of France. McGee very unsteady out of the blocks, and miles behind already. Norton and Collins broke together. A great battle developing between those two. And they're getting ahead of the rest of the field here. Vansevenant clatters into a hurdle. He's dropped back. Norton and Collins neck and neck, however. Norton perhaps just beginning to pull away. He is now. Fabulous race. And Norton beat Collins to the line. A great start for the big Aussie. At 6'2" and 14 stone, he won't have found that easy. Vansevenant, for some inexplicable reason, stopped and replaced the hurdle, but he still takes third place, fourth for McGee.
You seem pretty pleased when you cross the line. I mean, to win the first event must be pretty significant for you.
Yeah, very happy to get the first one out of the way, and just happy to come out with a win, really.
And to beat a man like Liam Collins, who's a natural sprinter.
Definitely, for the race, he was definitely the one I was looking to beat, basically. Wasn't sure about the other two guys, how they'd go, but yeah, Liam was definitely the one that I was hoping I could match in that race.
Well, Liam, Chris seemed to have a pretty athletic and balanced style. Were you surprised to be beaten in that event? Because you must have thought you had a chance of winning it.
I was, to be honest, very, very disappointed. I went to isolation a few months ago and trained at altitude in El Paso in Texas with a Polish coach over there who had me coming out the blocks really low, and I thought I had it, in training, been going really well, and just I lost it a little bit psychologically in the middle of the race. I wasn't expecting to see him there.
We're really going to have a battle on our hands in Heat 5. First blood to Australia's Chris Norton, but a handy second place for Britain's Liam Collins. Chris Norton is our early leader.
Men's individual fall down. You must fall down as fast as possible and smash your face into the pad. The slowest man each time is eliminated.
Mark, we saw this event last year, men's individual fall down, and the title sounds pretty self-explanatory. You fall down. Is there a technique to it?
There is a technique to it. It does help if you have a centre of gravity somewhere around your knees. It also helps to be quite a short individual, obviously, to get from up there to down there. Extrasensory perception helps as well. Sound of the gun to the brain, neurons work and fire, and down you go. The technique that some of the guys use is to fire their feet back first.
Yes, we saw a lot of that last year.
Get the head down. But what can happen there, what can be a problem is, if you mistime it, you can miss the pad where the sensors are and be disqualified.
So the four men make their way through the crowd. Luc Vansevenant of France, Chris Norton, Australia, Liam Collins, Great Britain, Cory McGee of the United States. A test of sheer nerve and lightning reaction. The slowest faller each time is eliminated. And it's goodbye to the American, I believe. Yep, McGee goes out, clear loser. 6'5", it's great for a basketball player, but not best suited to this. Long way down. Round two. Down to three now, left to right. It's Vansevenant, Norton, and Britain's Liam Collins. And a big surprise, as Norton goes out, the Aussie rugby star has no fear. He was expected to do a lot better in this event. But he's eliminated. And then there were two, the final four. Vansevenant against the Briton, Liam Collins, vital points for grabs here, and Collins might have got it, too close to call. And the judges have given it to Vansevenant, a big grin from the man who could be the surprise package in Heat 5. It really doesn't get much closer than this.
Luke, before that event, you didn't think you had any chance, and yet you won it. I mean, how can you explain winning that?
I don't know, maybe no stress, just fun, and it depends. I think it's very good luck, for me. It's a surprise, but never mind, that's fine for me. Yeah, it's 4 points in my pocket for the rest, and we'll see.
Vansevenant proves he's a force to be reckoned with. Another second place for Liam Collins. And take a look at this leaderboard. Norton, Collins and Vansevenant all level on 6 points each. After the break, the underwater shot put, the short track lap sprint, and the reverse posterior glide.
So, with a three-way tie at the top of the leaderboard in this heat, the shock is last year's highly experienced contestant Cory McGee languishing in fourth place. Let's see if he can pick up any points in the underwater shot put.
Underwater shot put. Athletes descend to the bottom of the pool. With their front foot inside the shot put circle, they put the shot. It is a kind of shot put, but under the water.
things have not been going well for Cory McGee, and they got no better here. Good throwing, but each one from way back in the circle meant another last place for the American. What's your thinking after the shot put? Because that didn't exactly go the way you might have hoped, did it?
No, actually, I was hoping I'd do better than that in that event, but I didn't realize I was standing so far back from the edge of the circle. But again, it's no excuses now. It's over with. I just have to really buckle down now and take care of things in the last two events.
Here's Liam Collins in the second round, lies just behind Norton after one put and needs 3.65 to take the lead. Quite happy with his technique, the British decathlete whose ambition is to compete in the Olympic Games next year, and he definitely won't find this event in the Olympics. Pretty good though. Just wait for confirmation, and it's 3 meters 77, so Collins takes first place. Luc Vansevenant has just seen Collins throw 3.77. Big throw, but is it outside the quadrant, I wonder? He'll have to wait for the judge's verdict. Let's have a look at the slow motion replay. Just inside, so it is legal. Now he has to wait to find out the distance, and the judges measure it at 3.74 centimetres off Collins' lead. Chris Norton suddenly finds himself down in third place. How will he respond? He's a great athlete, this guy, a top rugby player. But this event is completely new to him. The water won't bother him. The Aussies are great swimmers, of course, but can he master the shot technique? Looks comfortable, and that's good. Very good. Can he beat 3.77 though? It's 3.72, so close for the Australian. Liam Collins, just 5 centimetres separating the first three here. So can Collins extend his lead? Gets himself settled. Good arm extension. Good putting. A great looking throw. It looks close to 4 metres. And the distance, 3 metres 98. So he extends his lead and increases the pressure on Vansevenant and Norton. Frenchman Luc Vansevenant. Does he have an answer to Collins? He needs his best throw here. And he might well have produced it. Great effort by Vansevenant. 3 metres 83, but he stays in second place. Chris Norton down in third place still. 3 metres 98 to beat. Great arm extension, looks long, looks to be close to 4 metres. Will it be enough? 3 metres 95, so close. So Collins wins, and Norton overtakes Vansevenant for second place as the judges verify the distance.
Liam, I know you're pretty intense about this event and winning it overall, and that must be, well, maybe a surprise, I'm not quite sure, but certainly a very rewarding victory in the pool for you.
Oh, massively. It's really turned it all around for me, because I was a little bit low coming into this competition, because I thought, shot put's not one of my strongest at all, outside or inside the pool, but after that it's put it right back up there. I needed the win today because we were all level 6.66 in the heat, and but I hadn't won an event, so if it'd come back to count back, I wouldn't win the heat. But now it's it's all to play for going into tomorrow, definitely.
A first win for the Geordie Liam Collins, but Norton scores a fine second. Collins takes the lead in the heat, 1 point clear of Norton, with Vansevenant 1 further back.
Welcome back to the stadium. This heat is still wide open. It's anyone's game, so let's separate the men from the boys in the short track lap sprint.
Short track lap sprint, a 10-meter circular track. Athletes must complete 10 laps, but you must not go out of lane. I'm not joking with you, I mean it.
First to run, Cory McGee. It's been a terrible competition so far for this popular American athlete, but he does love this event. 100 metres, remember it's 10 times around a 10-metre track. He went under 31 seconds last year, and that really is world-class lap sprinting. He's got long, loping strides. He makes full use of those basketball players' long legs. He's really got something to prove here. He's keeping his rhythm consistent. That really is the toughest part of this event. There's the bell. Now keep an eye on the clock. 30.97, under 31 seconds again. Well done, Cory McGee. The big man from Tampa, Florida, clearly feeling the pain. But as they say, without pain, there's no gain. Luc Vansevenant, the Frenchman. He's impressed everyone in the last 3 events. What can he do here? He looks very, very quick, I have to say. Right from the start, that could be deceptive here. It's a much shorter and choppier stride pattern than the American McGee. But he's well up at the split time. It looks really fast, this, and it is. Can he keep this going? If anything, I think the Frenchman is going to post an even quicker time than McGee. There's the bell. He's going to be close to 30 seconds. 29.47. That's sensational from Vansevenant. A tenth of a second outside the world record. We didn't see that coming, that's for sure. But when the chips were down, he produced it when it mattered. Well, how will Liam Collins react to that? He's the current leader. But a phenomenal time there by the Frenchman Vansevenant has blown this competition absolutely wide open. Collins, remember, is an excellent athlete, ranked 3rd for decathlon in Great Britain and 6th over 400 metres in the British rankings. He's a member of the famous Sale Harriers Athletics Club in Manchester. He doesn't have the prettiest style, but it's pretty effective, and it looks quick. Maybe not quite as quick as Vansevenant. The split time coming up very soon. There it is. He's down at the split. This competition just getting closer and closer. And he's beginning to lose his momentum and his stride pattern now. He has to try and drive on through the line on this final lap. 30.38, nearly a second outside the Frenchman. Good from Collins, but at this point, not yet good enough. There's plenty more left in him, though. Don't rule him out yet. The Australian Chris Norton. He really fancies this event, but he's been rattled by Vansevenant. So can he keep his composure, which is all important? Big loping strides, covering the track in as few strides as possible. It doesn't look as quick as Vansevenant, but in fact it's only half a second down on the Frenchman. So what a race we've got on our hands here. It's all down to these final laps. It's going to be a sensational time, this. It's going to be close to the world record if he keeps driving on. 29.35, he's equalled the world record. What a run from Norton. That's the best sprint competition we've ever seen in this event. 4 points and a new world record for Chris Norton.
Well, Chris, it is a different style. It looked quite slow, actually, to me, but there's clearly method in your madness.
Yeah, well, it might look like there's a bit of method there, but really, let's just go out there and put in as hard as you can for 30 seconds, if not quicker than 30 seconds. And after seeing Luke go through it in 29, just outside world record pace, I almost thought about changing my style a bit before the event, but I stuck to my guns, come up trumps, and extremely happy with that.
A great win and a world record for Chris Norton. Liam Collins will be disappointed with 3rd. Pick any one of 3 to win this heat. Norton, Collins and Vansevenant separated by just 2 points.
The reverse posterior glide. Athletes must push themselves backwards down a ramp, then skid as fast as possible along the slippery, slidey track. I don't know why.
Mark, another brand new event at International King of Sports 2004. Please tell us, what is it all about?
Yeah, it might look like luck. You've got to push yourself off backwards down that ramp there, but really it's about leg strength, pushing off the ramp to give yourself a lot of momentum, and then keeping yourself in a straight line down the ramp without being able to see where you're going. So it's a little bit like luge in reverse, but without a tray. Well, this last event is absolutely crucial, and Britain's Liam Collins took an early lead with his first round glide of 20.66 metres.
Second skid for the American Cory McGee. Really strong push. And a good skid this. He's going out past the 20 metres mark. Excellent. He's been the worst ranked competitor in all 4 events so far, so he'll feel a lot happier about that. 23.66. He takes the lead. Luc Vansevenant, just 2 points off the lead. He could still take this heat. but he has to win the reverse posterior glide, and he's not going to do it like that. He'll have to produce something better. 16 metres, 96. Disappointing for him. Liam Collins is 1 point behind Norton, but if he wins this event, he'll be into the final. Rather scrappy technique, I have to say. He held his shape, and he has managed to go past 20 metres. In fact, he could have gone past McGee's mark. We'll have to wait and see on that. 23 metres 91, he takes the lead, and if he stays in the lead, he'll be in the final. Chris Norton needs to beat Collins to reach the final. 23 metres 91, the mark to beat. He got a great push off, but now he's losing his shape and his balance. Disappointing, really. 19 metres, advantage Liam Collins.
Well, Cory McGee couldn't improve on his second round glide, and then Frenchman Vansevenant saw his competition come to an end. A disappointing 15.50 meant he could no longer catch the two leaders.
So it's Collins or Norton for the final. Collins, remember, has to win the event. Norton just has to beat Collins. Final skid, and a huge one from Collins. He's gone way past 20 metres. Getting close to 30, in fact. He could be over that mark even. He's delighted, and he should be. 31 metres 70, that's sensational, as Liam Collins just skidded his way into the final. Chris Norton has got to beat 31 metres 70 to reach the final. He could still qualify as a higher scoring loser, but he won't want to risk it. Great push off. Has he bitten off more than he can chew? It's nowhere near long enough in the end. And the distance comes up as 15 metres 36. So Liam Collins is into the final, and Chris Norton dejected.
Well, Liam, you produced an incredible skid there under the most immense of pressure. How did you manage to do that? Was it about mind games, or was it purely physical?
Oh, a bit of both. I think definitely this slide it's a little bit different to the one we trained on, and it's definitely suited more to the people with the stronger legs, and I'm more suited in that department than say Luc or perhaps Cory. I was a little bit scared of the weight factor of being a bit lighter, but with the crowd cheering everyone, I'm just thrilled, really genuinely thrilled to get placed in the final for Great Britain.
An amazing battle and an amazing win for Liam Collins. He takes his place in the final. But the big news is that Chris Norton is now the highest scoring loser in the series, and with only one heat to go, he can't be knocked off, so he too will qualify for the final. Well, you must be very disappointed after that, Chris, a little bit devastated, but the good news is you are through to the final as one of the runners-up.
Really?
So tell me about the relief.
Oh, well, yeah, that brings a smile to my face, I have to say, because I thought I'd missed out there.
Well, the very fact that Chris Norton went through to the final only in second place tells you about the quality of the man who won that heat, Liam Collins. I think he's got a lot more in reserve for the final, and I know that already he's been in touch with his Polish coach, so expect him to peak even further.
Thanks, Mark. Well, that's just about it from us today. So join us next time when we put 4 more athletes through their paces on International King of Sports 2004.
Coming up next here on Challenge, Jamie Rickers with ultimate Guinness World Records, including an amazing attempt by trapeze artists as they try a triple back somersault to be caught at the highest position. It's quite something. Next on Challenge.